is what you'll find when you open up your package. Inside, all wrapped in bubble wrap, is the Core Gas Safety Training and Revision book, 310 pages of knowledge, and inside that you'll also find the self-assessment package and a training CD. The first thing I'm going to show you is the self-assessment pack. This is it, and this is a small booklet that comes along with the main pack, and it has a whole series of questions covering all calculations that you do as you progress through the modules, either on the CD or in the book. At various times as you work through, it will say go to page such a thing in the self-assessment pack and answer the questions there. And so you'll do this one. That shows you how to calculate gas rates from a metric meter, and various other questions working your way through. But when you want to check your progress, you have a quick look at the answers, and then it tells you the answers there. If you've got them correct, you've done well. If you've got them incorrect, you can just go back, learn a bit more, and have another go. So that's it for the self-assessment pack. We're going to have a look now at the training package itself. It consists of a book of 310 pages. And the book is divided into various sections. You've got regulations, calculating ventilation requirements, vents, all the way through to unsafe situations. And each one of those sections is a standalone section. What I'm going to do first, though, is have a quick look at the regulations. The problem when you're doing an assessment and you've got the regulations in front of you is actually finding things, because unless you read them all the time, you don't know where to go for the information that you want. It can be very difficult, especially when you're under the stress of an assessment situation. So what I've done is to include a comprehensive keyword index. So if you're trying to find something, let's say breaking a seal on a meter, you just look down there, break a seal, that's the keyword. It tells you that the regulation that you're looking for is on page 19. And you're looking for regulation 14.6b. It makes it very easy to find things in the regulations this way. And as you work through the various modules and you have to go and search for things in the regulations, you get used to it. So the day will come when you no longer need to look at the keyword index, because you'll know where to go to find the information you need. Very, very handy. So that's it for the regs. Right, going on to the training modules themselves. One of the things that I found when I was an assessor and a trainer was that the available resource material, you couldn't read it. It was all tiny writing and all black and white and things like that. So what I've done is to make big writing, plenty of colour, and tried to make it look interesting. And so where you're calculating the size of internal vents on this page, it's big. You can see exactly what you need. Then you go on to the next one, and this is what I was saying about earlier. If you're using this pack to study at home, do this now. Go to page 8 of the self-assessment book and do the calculations listed in the bottom half of the page. Use page 17 of these revision notes as a guide. That's fantastic, isn't it? There are all sorts of charts, of course, that are in here. These are minimum permanent opening free areas for flueless appliances. And I'm going to move on in a second. Just going to pause you there, and we're going to have a look at controls. Here we go, controls. What we've got here are not some strange sort of diagrams that you can't understand. I've actually got pictures of actual controls. Here's the solenoid valve. And then we go on, simple language, because I'm just a gas man myself. The head of the valve, the black bit, holds a coil, and so on. Then it tells you how to test the control. You'll need that for the safety sections. Going on to a multifunction control. Here it is. There's a picture of an actual multifunction control. And that's what happens right throughout the book. Until you get to the very end, where we have, once again, if I can get down to it, an index. Another index that covers everything in the book. And I've also incorporated the stuff from the index of the regulations. I'm losing my place here. So there we go. If you're looking for earth bond, You can either find it in the gas regs index, go to the gas regs index if you're looking for a regulation, or temporary earth bond, you go to section, this is the sections, you go to section 9, there is section 9, page 14, and it tells you all about temporary earth bonds. Earth cable at meter, the size, if you need to know that bit of information in a hurry, it tells you go to section 9, page 26. I like this index and it seems to work, and I hope you like it as well. Anyway, that's enough for the book. What we're going to do next is have a look inside the CD. The next phase of this little film is to have a look at what's on the CD. You'll install it on your hard drive and you'll find this little icon here. There's a shortcut to get to it, so double click on there. And with a bit of patience, sooner or later, it'll pop up in front of our very eyes and give us a menu. There we go. That gives you some information as to what's going on. And it's set into two parts. You've got training modules, and then you've got preparing for the written assessment. We'll have a quick look at the training modules first. Let's have a look at controls. You can either do controls the full module, or you can go to any one of the controls individually. Let's have a look at the gas tap. There you go, it's loading up the gas tap. Click anywhere there. And you get a series of pictures showing you everything that you need to know. Visual inspection of a gas tap. It shows you what the various components are. You notice I've picked the most simple one here. I'm good like that. Gas supply in, gas supply to burner, knighting plate, how it works inside, and like that. I'm going to exit from that now, but that's how all the topics work. You can go back to the topics. Shall we have another quick look at another one? Let's have a look at positive pressure appliances. It's loading itself up. There we go. And this tells you everything you need to know, because you will be asked about how you test the integrity of positive pressure appliances. And there you go. You've got various little diagrams and things like that. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to give too much away. I'll go to exit. And what I'm going to do now is preparing for the written assessment. Now you'll notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 modules. We'll take module 1. And what you've got here is a multiple choice questions, just as you would in the written assessment. And how it works is this: the maximum acceptable pressure drop between the meter outlet and the appliance inlet when subject to maximum load is, well, we know that it's 1 millibar, but let's say that we didn't know and we said 16 millibars, and it would say, sorry, this is the wrong answer, please try again. Shall we try 0 millibars? We go on to that, and it says, sorry, wrong again. The correct answer is C. And so you now know, if you didn't before, that that's 1 millibar is the answer to that question. Going on to the next one. Same thing, gas pipes entering a building. Now, I'm not going to flog this to death, but it's very handy, this. But the best way to use it is to treat it as if it is a proper assessment and use all the resource material available to you. The reason for this is that gets you used to looking for the information in your textbooks, reference books, and all those other things. And that's how you do it. Gas pipes entering a building through a wick wall can do so without using a suitable sleeve, providing both sides of the pass are sealed with fireproof mastic. Is that true or false? Let us say false. To the next, and so on and so on. Anyway, that's how the CD works.